I spoke to Dee, who said that obviously he joined after you and JJ were in the band, and he was a little bit younger than you guys as well. And he said that he always kind of felt almost alienated in a way. He felt like he had something to prove to you guys, the older guys, the cooler guys, all the time. Did you get that impression from him from those early days?
Um, Not really. I mean, but I guess he was right. I kind of remember us giving him a bit of a hard time. He says, "Well, can you do better?" He says. Then he was quiet. Then he kind of showed us that he could do it. So we kind of asked for it, but he was pretty diabolical about it. So, but I understand why. Because we were like the cool Manhattan, New York City guys. And he was a suburb dude, and so it was a bit of a hard time there we gave him, but he proved himself.
Yeah, he sure did.
The rest is, history now.
Yeah. And what do you remember of kind of recruiting him, bringing him into the band? What were your early impressions of him?
We thought he was pretty amazing. I mean, he was really into Robert Plant at the time, and we were big Zeppelin fans. At one time, we were almost like a Zeppelin band. I think we did a lot of songs off the first Zeppelin album. And he could do all that high stuff. He was very good at, imitating Plant. Even the moves, he kind of had the whole moves and the hair. So from a distance, he looked like Robert Plant, but not up close, of course. But from a distance, he looks like Robert Plant from the back of the room. So let's hire him. No, but he was really, it was an awesome audition. He did a great job, and we got him in the band because it was just kind of us. Myself, JJ, and Kenny were doing the singing, and it was just kind of tough on us to try and play and sing. And we just decided to get a lead singer, and I think he's the only guy we really tried out because it was through we had a booking agent. He was in a band called Peacock, and he wasn't happy with them. And they had the same booking agent as us. It was called CTA. This guy named Kevin Brenner, and he knew that Dee wasn't happy, and we were looking for a singer, so he recommended Dee to us, and it really worked out for all of us, So that's how it sort of happened. But it was the first auditions were up in Hunter Mountain. It's one of our gigs. They were up in a ski resort, so and we used to play there quite a bit. But then things just kind of blew up after we got Dee. We were able to do all these other Zeppelin songs because he could sing all the Robert Plant stuff, and just a lot of stuff that lead singers do. He was definitely had that voice. So that's how it sort of happened.
Yeah, and the stage presence as well. I'm guessing straight away.
Yeah, it's funny because we kind of created a monster. Think about it. Because he slowly developed into who Dee Snider is, the character that he is now. And it was cool the way he was very good with the crowds, but he really developed it over the time. And he just got better and better at it, to like the way he performs now, which is very difficult, or it's getting more difficult now, but he really puts a lot in there.
Yeah.
He really does. So it is what it is. So we'll see if I know he's still doing some shows, but I know it's getting a little more difficult because he likes to perform at a certain level, and physically it's very demanding. So, we're not getting any younger. So we should still rock out, but not like we could in the 20s, 20s, can't move quite as much or jump off platforms like we used to.
Be careful nowadays. What I liked about the early days of the band as well was that you guys were so focused in making it. I mean, when money comes, obviously, a lot of people blow it on different things, the rock and roll lifestyle, shall we say. But you guys were so focused that you invested that money back into the band, didn't you? And equipment and costumes and everything else that came with it. So where did that drive and focus come from?
It just sort of happened, and that Dee was a big part of that too. He had a girlfriend that was very talented. She was a designer, clothes. She actually went to FIT for design. It's Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan. And she started making his clothes, and then eventually she started making stuff for the whole band, and it just became a thing that we felt we had to do just for the show, like building it up, and that's another thing to progress over time, you know. And then and same thing with the makeup. It started out kind of glammy, but we were like big guys. We weren't, you know, didn't really suit us, so it turned more into like war paint. That's the way I looked at it, because my makeup was very much like war paint, you know, that I used to do. And that evolved too. We got rid of that sort of glam look and was more of a tough look instead of, I forgot the Hid Rock. Yeah, like hideous.
Yeah.
That's what Dee called it, Hid Rock.